Salawat.
اللهم على محمد.
As you know, we're having a TED Style Day, which every day is a special talk, a nice personal talk that takes on a journey and a specific topic and it's about what's going on. Today we're fortunate to have Reverend John Swarbrick who will be joining us, giving us a TED Style. John Swarbrick was born in Cumbria, educated at Durham and Cambridge universities, a brief career at the Commonwealth Office, he trained for the Methodist Ministry, and is current minister of North Harrow Methodist Churches. Let's welcome him with Salawat ala Muhammad.
اللهم صل على.
Where do you want me to stand there? Thank you for the invitation. Ramadan Mubarak. My topic, which is probably puzzling, was Islamic State, Russia, or both. It was the times, is the worst of times, according to the opening Charles Dickens' novel, A Tale of Two Cities. Well, we've certainly had an example of the best of times when a coach of us had an enjoyable day at Kew Garden on the 21st of May. This time round, we managed to get our act together a bit more, and the picnic, when magically all converged at the same spot, summed it up for me. Plenty of food, conversation, children's laughter, a lot of easy chains, and some good photographs. And I hope that you who were there enjoyed it as much as I did. And through our monthly meeting as Methodist, Anglican, Christian and Shia Muslims, we're discovering so much about another, our sacred texts and our missions, and the true loving purposes for the world and for all. But you hardly need to tell you that it is the worst of times for both Muslims and Christians in the Middle East and in Europe. That is a statement blindingly obvious, and it offers a somber backdrop to the beginning of Ramadan. The threat of Islamic State attack on the Euro 2016 football tournament is an inevitable part of the propaganda war against the West. But the whole propaganda, or SOPs, psychological operations, is to create an atmosphere of fear, sow trust, use facts selectively, or even ignore facts also. Islamic State converts the theology of Islam into a particular theology. There's a very sense of grievance behind all this, and I can see where some of this is coming from when you consider the history of West intervention in the Middle East during the last century. Add to that what I call the current proxy war between Saudi Arabia and Iran, based on their respective Sunni and Shia traditions, which is stoking instability and violence across the region. The huge challenge for Western democracies is how to contain, respond to, and challenge Islamic State ideology. And then the curious case of support for the Assad regime in Syria. Until the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the subsequent collapse of the Soviet Union and its European satellites, the challenge for the West was how to contain and ultimately challenge communist ideology. You could argue the Soviet system eventually collapsed under the weight of own internal contradictions and economic weaknesses. Anything to do with Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher's steely determination to face down Soviet threat to liberal democracy. There's one view. But whatever combination of factors led in 1992 to one political scientist and writer, Mrs. Fukuyama, writing a book called End of History, which being translated means theological content is dead. We can all live happily after. Hopelessly optimistic, though I think Fukuyama has revived views since. It's true that there were several years of cheerful chaos under Yeltsin, as after 1981, new Russia lay about trying to work out a new future for itself. But old hits die hard. Russia has never embraced the idea of liberal democracy. It is, I suspect, unlikely to do for the foreseeable future. Its default setting is absolutism. It was an advisor to Nicholas I who in 1803 proposed the concepts of orthodoxy, autocracy, and nationality, like became the doctrine of Tsarists. To be written, defined by the supremacy of the Russian Orthodox Church, the repudiation of democracy, as all power and all decisions were concentrated in the hands of, and a cult of fervent reactionarism. all fueled by paranoia that Imperial Russia would be encircled by enemies. Fast forward to the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917, the secular version doctrine, though without the Orthodox Church, was executed and went underground, evolved. All the political power concentrated in the Communist Party, Soviet Union, and the cult nationalism still there. All the strong, and we can understand this, by Russian lobbies during what they call Great Patriotic War, or the Second World War. 20 million Russians died. The collapse of power and prestige after the implosion of the Soviet Union rankled among many. A middle-ranking KGB officer stationed in Dresden, called Vladimir Putin, that collapse, the greatest political catastrophe of the 20th century. And he resolved to claw his way the political, like ex-KGB men, restore a version of orthodoxy, autocracy, and nationality, and to restore Russian world power and to challenge, as during the Cold War, American influence in affairs. Putin is ruthless and secretary of the Communist Party, or any has overseen the creation of a state. I regret to say Russian Orthodox is more than happy to give legitimacy to the order. Enemies of the regime pursued vengefully. In March last year, you kindly invited me to the Lim News Awards ceremony at the Millennium Hotel in Grosvenor Square, or venue. I avoided drinking tea evening. It was the hotel where in 26 Alexander Lenko was given tea laced with polonium and later died horribly as a result of poisoning. Recent coroner's inquest 10 years on has obviously laid them squarely where it belongs. Also in that year of 2006, award-winning inventive Russian journalist Anna Politkovskaya reported extensively on the war against Chechnya, murdered in Moscow. Crimea is annexed, Ukraine is threatened, the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania are nervous, Muslim minorities in Russia are intimidated, particularly the Tatars since the annexation of Crimea. And there is nothing Russians would like more than the breakup of the European Union, the weakening of international organisations like NATO, the World Trade Organization, and then pick us all off by one. In Syria is the late intervention. Even down to bombing, however accidentally, mid-Saint-Santier hospitals the victims of civil war. So you will why I entitled talk Islamic State or Russia or both. After 1905, it was more than enough for states committed to democracy to cope with threats to values and way of life on the front. I'm claiming political, economic, or social perfection for countries as the United Kingdom during time. There have been mistakes along the way, as well as other things, which we've got brought right. I don't see many Syrian refugees making their way to Russia to make life, for example. There are those hard-won realities that have involved huge struggle for liberal democratic states, the rule of law, representative democracy, religious freedom, to name a few. I have thought that the rise of that sort of fundamentalist violence that we associate Islamic State or other groupings, Al-Qaeda and the Taliban, become the new front in the struggle to assert the value of liberal democracy. It's a nasty shock that we now have two fronts and two different unsavory ideologies and worldview that we have in front. One Islamic State, the other from Putin's Russia. It was the best times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of whim, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness. It was spring of hope, it was despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. All going direct to heaven, we were all going direct the other way. Charles was right 150 ago. Thank you. Take some questions? No, that's fine.
إن الله ملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر لله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر